Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Dynasty. What I got for y'all today is another Soulcalibur video, and this is a video that's gonna just, man, it is a whirlwind for me to make this video because though it's not anything imprecise to Soulcalibur 6, it's bigger than Soulcalibur 6. This is about the Soulcalibur franchise in general, and it's crazy because this title, the title of this video is not clickbait. Soulcalibur 6 could very well be the last Soulcalibur game we ever get if the game isn't a success. That is a scary thought to even say, like, in a commentary like this. It's really weird, and usually I wouldn't make videos like this, like PSAs, call to actions, but this is kind of a big deal. So, of course, last week was Gamescom, and during Gamescom, the guys over at DualShockers got a chance to interview none other than the man himself, Motohiro Okubo. And Okubo pretty much just, like, let himself loose and answered questions about the future of Soulcalibur 6. It is a very interesting read. Of course, the full article down below. So with that said, let's get into it, guys. First things first, Okubo says the first thing is that the IP itself of the Soulcalibur franchise had low expectations from the company. It was actually facing a crisis of maybe disappearing. It took time for me to convince the company. So from the get-go, Bandai Namco seems to have had like zero faith anymore after the, I don't want to say the failure of Soulcalibur 5, but Soulcalibur 5 definitely was not a game that I would say was one of the better highlights of the franchise. And I guess Okubo really tried his best to convince the company to give this game, this franchise, one more shot. And that's really great of Okubo. And man, I guess on a side note, Okubo has like been a blessing to this franchise. He was a producer for Tekken 7, and since he's come aboard for, Soulcalibur, this man has been working his ass off to just make sure this game is not going to fail. So reading this is like, damn, Okubo really tried his best here to even just bring back the franchise. From there, DualShockers says, we asked Okubo-san whether this would be the last Soulcalibur in the worst case scenario that 6 doesn't do well, and his answer was quite clear-cut. Yeah, that's right. From there, they also say, at that, I mentioned that we'd better buy the game, and Okubo-san switched to English, bypassing the translator, so things got serious during this interview, explaining that he hopes so, but he isn't trying to push players to purchase the game. Okubo says, we don't want to blackmail the users by saying that this could be the last one, but as it is, yes. Damn. So again, a lot is riding on the success of this game. Says there, later in the interview, I asked whether the development team had any doubt in retaining the level of fan service that was included in previous games, and that has apparently been fully preserved in Soulcalibur 6. Okubo-san mentioned that the crisis the brand is facing played a role in that as well. The dev team decided to stick with what they wanted to do since they have nothing to lose. Okubo then says, since the Soulcalibur brand is facing a crisis, we have nothing to lose, so we just decided to do what we want to do. Damn! These guys are swinging for the fences and trying just to go all out because they know this might be the swan song of the franchise. Now, closing off the interview, DualShockers begins to ask about like the way they're going about making characters sexy in the game, and pretty much Okubo says they're not going out of their way, but they're just trying their best to make the characters represented as best as possible, but it's not something that they're like focusing completely on. They're just trying to make the best game possible. And that is the extent of the interview, more or less. So yes, Okubo pretty much confirming that the dev team has nothing to lose, and that the company, Bandai Namco, had no expectations from the franchise, and it took him convincing them to get this game even going. And I guess for me, the reason why this is kind of a bummer is because, of course, you guys know lately, every time that we do see Soulcalibur 6 being talked about, it's for some pretty negative reasons. Tira being DLC. And it's crazy because that whole situation can be explained if people just want to do a little bit of research. Okubo has come out and confirmed that the reason why she's not on the base roster is because she was never going to be in the game until the fan demand pretty much made it where she had to be in the game. And by the time that they even finish her, the game's already gold right now. She's still not finished, and the game's being burned onto disc. So the only way to get her in the game is through a day one DLC download. And I guess people don't really understand that. And it's like, man, this game's focusing on Soulcalibur 1, Soulcalibur 2, tiers from Soulcalibur 3, like Zaslima was like the exception. So to begin with, it's like a lot of these things can be explained, but everybody is just throwing shade at Bandai Namco, and trust me, they've definitely done a lot of this to themselves, but it seems like Akubo and the dev team are really, they're passionate about this game, and they're getting a bad rap for it. And I'm just hoping that this DLC situation for Tira is not a catalyst and ultimately what starts like the downfall of this franchise. Now, of course, this game is shaping out to be amazing. Personally, in my opinion, this could very well be the greatest Soulcalibur game of all time, and I'm hoping that that's not gonna be ruined by this whole Tira DLC situation, because if it is, and the sales aren't that great, this might be the last Soulcalibur game ever. I mean, if anything, it's going out with a bang, because like I mentioned, this game is like the perfect game, honestly, in the franchise. It plays like Soulcalibur 2 and 5, and it has all the core, you know, roster characters. Like, what more could you want? We even have character creation, but there is just been a lot of negativity, and with this game being pretty much on the fence right now when it comes to like its future, it's a very scary time. So I just want to say, if you guys can purchase this game, if you're on the fence about this game, please buy it. If you've ever enjoyed any Soulcalibur game and you've just for some reason not wanted to buy this game, you probably should. Now, I'm not being paid to say this. If anything, Bandai Namco doesn't like me. They claim majority of these videos. I'm not even allowed to use trailers in my videos, and I'm not being paid to say this. I'm speaking as a guy who is a fan of this franchise. Like, I've honestly, I just don't want to see this franchise not live on after this game, because this is part of my childhood and it's bigger than Soulcalibur 6. So I just figured, hey, keep it in mind that Akubo fought for this game to come back. We finally have someone at the helm who gives a fuck about the fans and the community, and it would be a bummer if we throw all that away over a DLC situation that can be explained. So all I'm saying is, if you can buy the game, buy it. If you can support the game, support it. Even if you can't buy the game, just keep people aware of what's going on. Let them know that the dev team is not Bandai Namco, and just because Bandai Namco can have their head up their ass sometimes, the dev team shouldn't be punished for that, and of course we shouldn't be punished, you know, for that. So I know it's a shitty situation, but I just figured we can hopefully support this, because I don't want to see this franchise go away. And I know if you've ever loved this game and this franchise, you can agree with me on that. Anyways, that is all I got for y'all today. Just kind of me getting on a soapbox. I'm sorry, I usually don't do this, but I don't know, I got really passionate when I read this article, and I was like, man, like, if this game ever just never comes back after this and I didn't make this video, I kind of feel responsible. There's not too many people who cover Soulcalibur. I'm one of the few, so I figured I kind of have a say, because, like I mentioned, a lot of people don't generate hype for this, and I'm one of the few who try to, and it wouldn't feel right if I didn't talk about the situation. So anyways, that is it. What do you guys think of this entire situation? What edition are you buying? I know me, I'm buying the collector's edition. Myself, it's not being sent to me for free. I'm purchasing it with my own hard money. I'll probably buy it again on the PC. So just saying, I'm trying my best to support this game. Hopefully you guys are too. Anyways, if you did like the video, drop a like on it. Make sure to subscribe for some more SC6 content next time. I've been your host. I've been Dynasty. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
And your setups, you one of the greatest. You deserve more exposure, man, you underrated. To all the Dynasty haters, promise you'll love them later. Y'all gon' react like he did when he seen the trailer. But hold up, let me hit y'all with a twist. Wait, I'm Sub-Zero, the rap game is the Lin Kuei. You see, I've been a fan of Dynasty for years now. GTA, MK, and Justice, I'm still down.